Profitability of rice production in different production systems in the Ebonyi state was evaluated. Rice is critical for food security in Nigeria. Hence, farmers need to make appropriate choice of rice production system to optimize production and ensure an adequate domestic supply. Rice millers in Ebonyi state, the sixth largest producer of paddy in the country, recently received new rice processing mill plant from the International Fund for Agricultural Development (IFAD) under the organization's Value Chain Development Program (VCDP) to ramp up the state milling capacity of about 2 million metric tons under processing figure. The processing plant includes a warehouse, processing by boiling sections, among other related processing stages of the staple food. IFAD initiative through Governor David Umahi in educating farmers on various techniques involved in boosting the entity of the rice value chain in the country, which has helped in making more Nigerians to depend on the Ebonyi rice than the foreign ones. It has become apparent that Ebonyi state government can no longer depend on federal allocation to run the administration, as Governor Dave Umahi partners with the Bank of Industry to develop and power our small, medium and large enterprises. According to the acting MD/CEO Bank of Industry, Mr. Wahid Olagunju, the governor's visit is a dream come true, as the bank has approached successive governors from Ebonyi state in the past but never got a response.
We've tried to engage your predecessors,
okay,
but unfortunately they did not respond positively to our various overtures. So clearly, when we heard that you had made the move this time around, we said, wow, thank God the quality of governance is improving across the country. And Ebonyi is also not left out. So we are delighted to have you here. We have various products and programs that we can activate, to boost entrepreneurship and private sector development in Ebonyi State. Essentially, what we've been doing with other state governments is that we have a framework. We sign an MOU, which is for the launch of a micro, small, and medium enterprise development fund. It depends on what we agree to do. It could range from 1 billion to 2 billion, and we both contribute in equal amount and would on lend to MSMEs in your state. So that's the model that we will recommend. Parallel to that is also capacity building, because a lot of SMEs complain that money is a problem. But we've realized that studies have also confirmed that capacity should come before capital. Most of them lack the capacity. So we'll also recommend that capacity building programs be put in place such that the competencies of potential beneficiaries would be scaled up, before they actually are allowed to access the fund. We want to ensure that all the projects we finance are properly appraised before we assist the various entrepreneurs so that the projects can succeed. It's when they succeed, then they can come back to us for a repeat transaction. They can even expand. When they expand, they can increase their staff from 5 to 10 to 15 to 20 over a period of time. And then when they do well, they serve as role models. They will inspire and motivate others, to come forward, right? And it's when they pay back that others can also be able to access the fund. Because it's supposed to be a revolving facility, so that when they pay back, then we will lend to others. And at some point in time, we can also agree to increase the fund size, from whatever it is that we would decide to take up with. So basically speaking, that's what we do at the Bank of Industry here.
The governor appreciates his warm welcome and clearly lists his requests and inquiries.
In our renewed vigor for rice production, we want to create about 3 rice villages in Ebonyi State. What do we want to do? We want to get to a couple of local governments and be able to access a minimum of 10,000 hectares of land that is running continuously. And within this 10,000 hectares of land, we're going to have a rice mill there. We're going to have school there. We're going to have recreational facilities there. We're going to have irrigation there. And then we will have, this kind of rice power plant, to be able to drive the power needs of that system. So it's there, And there's a proposal that is on the table. If Bank of Industry will say go ahead, it's a good idea. Ebonyi is known for rice production, but we have to take it on a larger scale while we are still dealing with the anchor borrowers and then of course individual farmers. But I think this will be very important. If you have 10,000 hectares of land, you'll be having about 70,000 tons of paddy, which is quite a lot multiplied by 3 zones. So it's very important. We're also talking with Afrexim Bank on creating an industrial park. 3 industrial parks in the state. Why do we need it? We are very rich in limestone. So we have a fertilizer processing plant. We can replicate that because we have limestone, which is one of the components of fertilizer. We have lead, so we want to have a battery factory within that zone. We have zinc, so we want to have cottage industries that are zinc based. We have clay, so we want to have tiles industry, we want to have a ceramic industry, Then we have food, a lot of food, we have cassava, we have yam, we have rice, we have maize. So we want to have food processing, medium-sized companies within that zone. So all these things are very important, and I want Nigerians to know and believe that things are changing, that we're thinking differently, we are challenged differently. And so we have to believe in our dreams. And of course, God is giving us new dreams, based on our situation. When you're confronted, then you have to cry out to your maker. And God definitely will give you ideas. And I think fresh ideas are coming, within the corridor of our leaders. We must deploy this and try to see how it is. I'm told that in some states, you're in partnership on solar lights. We want it because we have this belief that you can't drive the primary health centers without power. They don't treat somebody without conducting, the primary test first. So if we have a partnership with you, what you are doing in other states, and you can do that with us, we'll be willing. And then we'll be able to, store our lab testing reagents within that, And I believe strongly that if you come to a hospital or even go to a police station and there is no light, there is a psychological defeat instantly, instantly. Like the first thing we did in the state is to power over 70% of our urban city. Now, if you get to Ebonyi State at night, we are even better featured than Abuja here, because sometimes Abuja, your lights are off, but in Ebonyi, the lights are on. So it has helped us to extend our business hours. It has helped us to, cut down on crime rates. And the people are also happy because light is life, So if we partner with you on the solar energy program, we should be able to extend this new days of life to our local communities. And this we are, willing to do. I wonder if we can also use it to power our local street lights. That would be good. So these are things we're thinking. And so if life becomes a little bit good at the rural area, because there's nothing in township again, the world is back over there, because it is now agriculture-based economy that we are pursuing. So that's why we are here, sir. And we want something definite. I'm an engineer, trained civil engineer, so I don't know how to speak grammar. All I know is that, look, when is it happening? Is it happening? And waive all due protocols and everything, and then let's go back to work.
The acting MD CEO Bank of Industry responds to each of the requests.
Clearly, you know what you want. You're an engineer, and we believe it will be easier for us to deal with you.
Yes, sir.
Because you are an engineer. Now, starting with the biomass power project, it is true that UNIDO is one of our development partners, and we got involved in that project. But at some points, there are issues regarding the cost and the location. Right? That stalled the implementation of the project. For us to be able to go ahead, there will be need to revisit those two issues.
Okay.
Right? We'll go back to UNIDO and discuss with UNIDO. I believe in terms of technical evaluation, they would also need to come up with a team that will undertake the evaluation, because they have the expertise.
Yes.
And our staff will work with them on that.
Okay.
Regarding money, we are planning to use the CBN Power Efficient Intervention Fund,
Okay.
right, through the UBA. You know, and we believe UBA is the partner of the state government in this regard, because as per the security arrangement, or as per the framework, it is the state government that would have, and the commercial bank that would apply to BOI, you know, working with the central bank as well. And then as regards the ISPOs, the state government, the commercial banks will also provide the ISPOs. That is the framework provided by the central bank.
Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and for more updates on happenings in Nigeria.